Hello everyone. Welcome to Reading History number 26. Before I begin reading from Ernest's diary, I would like to show you this picture of Ernest and his 5 brothers. This was sent to me thanks to my cousin Diane Cross, Leslie's granddaughter. It appears to be from a newspaper, I'm assuming the Perth Courier. As I have very few pictures of Ernest, I was absolutely delighted to receive this, so thank you very much, Diane. Starting left to right, this is Great Uncle Ernest, who, whether it's his expression or just the way he is sitting, reminds me the most of my dad. Second is Alex, Dr. Jim Ferrier's grandfather, and beside him Harold, who was a banker, who I also have letters written home that I may read in the future. The back row standing is Lloyd, who he remained a bachelor throughout his lifetime, and he farmed a farm further down the Scotch line from ours. And next is my grandfather Mervyn, and finally Leslie, Diane Cross's grandfather. And now I shall begin. Saturday, December the 1st, 1906. With today we have entered upon the last month of the year. The wind changed for colder early this morning, and it kept getting colder most of the day. This afternoon there was a good deal of snow fell at times. Father spent this forenoon at the factory books. He has been at them a good deal already, and not done yet. However, we know what our check is to be. We have taken more money out of the factory this year than ever before. Our total money from the factory for the season amounted to $899.49. This afternoon, the threshing mill arrived at our barn at home, but we did not get any threshing done. Sunday, December 2nd. We had pretty cold weather today, about as cold as any that we have had yet. Today was Communion Sunday, and we all went to church except the 3 youngest. Monday, December the 3rd. Well, our threshing is over for another year, and I'm not at all sorry. We had a pretty cold day for it, and my job was not one that was easy to keep warm, as I was managing the blower. We did not build a straw stack this year, and so have the far end of our barn pretty well filled. Our grain turned out very well for the amount of straw, but it is not nearly as much as we would like to have. Tuesday, December the 4th. Leslie went down to help at Mr. T.A. Moody's threshing this morning, but the mill was not in a condition to thresh, and so Leslie came home and then went down again after dinner. They threshed pretty steady all afternoon, but they did not get much more than half done. Wednesday, December the 5th. I went into the creamery this morning, and I had quite a load, as none of us have been in since Saturday. I had 4 cans of our own, and I took in Alex Abercrombie's milk as well. Altogether, I had 13 pounds. Leslie got home from Mr. T.A. Moody's after dinner today. This was our last threshing for the year, and we are glad to be done. Thursday, December the 6th. Today was the stormiest day that we have had this winter yet. A good deal of snow fell this forenoon, but there was a pretty strong wind along with it, which blew most of the snow off the road. So the sleighing is very little better than it was yesterday. This afternoon, Father and us boys fixed up a place under the barn at home for our calves. Friday, December the 7th. Today was a decidedly colder day, and one had to hurry around when outside to keep warm. This afternoon, Father and Mother went to town in the sleigh. The sleighing was somewhat better than they had expected to find it. Nearly all the rigs out today were sleighs or cutters. Saturday, December the 8th. Today was very nearly, although perhaps not quite as cold as yesterday. Alice and I went to town in the cutter this afternoon. Sunday, December the 9th. We all went to church today but Leslie and the 2 youngest. It was the sleigh that we took. This is the first time that I had a ride to church in the sleigh for very nearly 2 years. Monday, December the 10th. This forenoon was stormy and a good deal of snow fell, but for all that I had to go into the creamery with our milk. I took Alex Abercrombie's also. This afternoon was finer, but we did not do much work outside, as we 3 oldest boys got a small grist cleaned, and Father and Alex sharpened up our axes. Tuesday, December the 11th. We got a start made today at the getting out of our winter's wood. This afternoon, Lloyd and Leslie went back to the swamp on the Brash place and started chopping the poplars that are along the fence on the east side of the field. Wednesday, December the 12th. We spent today killing poultry to take to town for the poultry fair, which is tomorrow. We were busy most of the day and got 39 chickens and hens killed since morning. Thursday, December the 13th. Father and Mother took our poultry into the fair this forenoon. There was a good many people in with poultry, but the prices given were not quite as high as last year. Our 39 fowl weighed 177 pounds. Mr. Robert Brown, who bought them, gave us 10.5 cents a pound for them. This was more than heard of anyone else receiving. With the money they received, and of course some more besides, they expensed on a fur coat for Father. Friday, December the 14th. I spent a pretty miserable time today. I think that I must have had an attack of la grippe. Mervyn has been laid up with it since the beginning of the week too, and our teacher did not get to school today, and we think that she must be having an attack too. Saturday, December 15th. Today was a somewhat milder day than we have had for some time. But it is colder again tonight. There was a mixture of snow, sleet, and rain fell last night. Father was in town this afternoon, and he said that both the roads and the streets. Though not quite as miserable as yesterday, I spent very nearly as quiet a day. And that is where I shall leave off today. I'm interested to find out what la grippe is, an attack of la grippe that Ernest and Mervyn and their teacher had. I'm not sure if I'm reading that correctly, but I'm going to look into that further, and I will let you know as soon as I find out. And as always, thank you for listening to Reading History with Great Uncle Ernest.